Welcome to Your Anime Senpais. I'm John.
And I'm Richard.
And today we're going to be reviewing two different animes. We're going to do One Piece, episode 860.
And I'm doing Index Season 3, just episode 5.
Oh,
just
well.
5. Full spoilers ahead. Let's get started. So, John.
Yeah.
One Piece has 860 episodes, so surely for episode 860, something really awesome happened this episode, correct?
Oh, yeah. 860 episodes.
I mean...
well, it's had a lot of potential up to this point for
Right.
greatness to happen, and it has had lots of high points. But let's talk about this episode in particular. So, let's start with the best. Well, actually, I'll just say this episode was good.
Okay.
And I'll preface that by just saying it's not great, but it was definitely better than last week's.
All right, that's a start.
Yes, it's a start. But anyway, let's start with the bad, which actually the bad this week is our main character, Luffy. So he's having a problem with time. And if you're a DBZ fan, if you get the reference, we're on planet Namek with Luffy right now because... Two episodes and a half maybe now, we can't get through 10 minutes. I don't know why, but 10 minutes is just too much. Maybe he's stuck in some kind of time loop. I really don't know what it is, but he's maybe it's from running through the mirrors. I don't know. Maybe that's messing with time. But anyway, that's all Luffy did in this episode was just run through mirrors, hiding from Big Mom and Katakuri. Went from Chip's Town to other different towns, and every time he jumped through a mirror, they were like, "Oh, he's over here. Oh, he's over here." And
well, maybe he landed on planet Namek at some point, and that's the reason why there's such time difference.
Exactly. So, right off the bat, that's probably one of the worst things about this episode. And it's sad that it had to deal with our main character, but oh well. Let's look at the good things. And for this, Bege, he's gonna be our main character for this episode. He just took over Luffy's job because he came in last episode to save his wife Chiffon, and we're picking up right there. He's coming up on the coast. He's had a little dialogue through speakerphone from ship to shore with Oven, and right off the bat, I didn't see it coming. One of the best moments of the show. He just pulls his gun out and just shoots Oven in the face, and it was great. Once I realized what in the world was actually happening, I was like, he just did that. Okay. So yeah, that was awesome. At this point, after that happens, his ship runs ashore because they're just full charge coming in to save his wife Chiffon, and they've ran ashore. They've stopped. So everyone thinks that they're totally vulnerable. So they're got their guns out. They're running up on the ship. At this point, Bege just kind of smirks and goes, "Oh, did I mention this ship's amphibious?" And then all the fins on the bottom turn into tank tracks, and he just climbs on up the shore and just starts mowing over people, and all the military or the hitmen are like, "Hey, whoa, we didn't know you had this," and Bege just kind of cool and calm, collected, just says, "Well, if you're gonna betray someone, you don't tell them everything." Right. So that was a pretty good part. Let's jump ahead to another pretty good part. I thought was Carrot. So her being of the mink tribe, she's part rabbit, and they're kind of getting everyone together. And Chopper goes to find her. She's up on the top of the ship, and she's actually acting just pretty strange, and she's just kind of trembling and I don't know, just acting really weird. She's like, about all she can really say is tonight a full moon? And while it's not really probably the best of moments, if you know what's coming, it's a good moment because you know what's coming. Anyway, let's end this review with probably the most epic nosebleed of this arc. So it's always funny to me whenever the girls get the nosebleeds, which Pudding has constantly got nosebleeds over Sanji. This whole arc ever since they've, got married, which, I don't know if that was legal or not. Whatever. So, Sanji, runs over. He's kicks the cake up in the air to put it on the Bege's ship because they're going to transport it like that. And, it just cuts to Pudding right off, and she's got the heart in the background, and she just arches back and just, and she, just an epic display of nosebleed for a woman. I just couldn't stop laughing. It was so good.
But was it Master Roshi level good?
See, you try to compare it to Master Roshi, but I think he just originated. He was the founder of the nosebleed, I want to say. I mean,
or if at the very least he's
he
a
perfected
master.
it. Yeah,
he's a master.
He mastered it. Yeah. So you can't
Master
really.
Roshi.
Yeah, I mean, you can't top Master Roshi's nosebleeds. That's almost like that's a level of anime blasphemy. What are you talking about here?
Fair.
So anyway, let's turn and talk now. Oh, well, actually, for this episode, I'll just kind of give it a weak, very weak thumbs up. Like not even trying. So
that's fair.
Yeah. So let's move on to A Certain Magical Index, Season 3.
Episode 5.
Episode 5.
Not 805, just 5.
Just 5.
So
it's had a lot of it's not had a lot of time to build up for epic moments, but you're gonna start strong, right? You're gonna impress everyone right off the bat and get everyone addicted to your show and have these great moments. And I don't like that face you're making. So anyway, tell us about Index.
So so there's still a lot of stuff going on that's just kind of flying past my head. They're talking about all these different groups that are just involved in this mess of a battle in Academy City. You've got group as a group name. You've got item, member, like all these different groups and all these different people. And I'm just like, why do I care about any of this? I care about Accelerator and his group. And that's about it. I don't know who these other people are. I kind of understand the reason why they're invading Academy City and why they're trying to break into the prison, but it's just like, So there's just a whole bunch of stuff that's going on. I'm not really understanding too much of. I'm hoping it gets explained later on.
Maybe the writer just had an interest with English words. He was like,
maybe
that sounds really cool.
Maybe. I mean, that is a thing that people do sometimes. So. But in any case, one other thing that happened too, there's like a whole bunch of different fights going on, but one fight in particular that I'm going to touch upon that maybe not such in a good light per se, but there was these two Aztec magicians that were facing off against each other, one male, one female. And, they were going back and forth a little bit, and it got to the point where the female, she started to unleash what looked like to be her final technique. Like, she kind of unraveled, like almost as she was paper or something. She just kind of unraveled a little bit. And the guy started panicking because, apparently they worked together at some point, but then he broke off and did his own thing. So he's kind of panicking now, and he's just like, you can't do this. This will kill you or whatever. And, she's kind of just in this desperate mode of like, I'm going to stop you one way or the other. So the scene for that kind of ends with him kind of running towards her, reaching out as if he wants to save her. And it cuts to a different battle, which, in typical anime fashion, whatever. Cuts to a different battle, and we see that happen, and that battle resolves. And it gets back to Accelerator and his group, which the male Aztec magician was a part of. And gets back to them, and they're all together, including him. Oh. So we don't actually get to see the result of his battle. We don't actually get to see that, at least not in this episode.
Maybe it wasn't that good.
Maybe, or maybe we'll see it perhaps next episode. I don't know. Yeah. But it was just kind of jarring because it's just like...
That's actually the season finale.
Right, yeah. About. It's like he's reaching out, he's trying to help her, and then we don't see the result of that. So I'm kind of guessing, and for anybody that's read the source material, please, no spoilers on this, but I'm guessing that whatever her final technique was, that maybe she took possession of him or made a duplicate of him somehow, whatever. Like I'm thinking she did something to him to where now he's sort of like a double agent. Even he may not realize it, but maybe he's a double agent at this point. So, but again, we'll find out later. So really, that being said, the highlight for me for this episode was definitely Accelerator. Accelerator is just so awesome, so OP. Even despite his injury now, he's still really awesome, and it shows in his fight here with this guy that he can teleport everywhere, and it kind of looks like he actually had Accelerator backed into the corner, but then Accelerator just figures out, he's like, oh, well, all you do is just teleport behind people.
Oh.
Okay, well, I can deal with that. I gotta make sure my vectors just, whenever you teleport, I just gotta use my vectors to just attack you no matter what. So he shoots his gun, and the vectors kind of change the direction of the bullet to hit behind him, and yeah, he's got him. He's got this other guy. So
well, that was easy.
And it's just like, and the guy even teleports behind like this like security guard or police officer or whatever, and Accelerator doesn't care because he could just use his vectors to go around, shoot a bullet, have the bullet go around the guy, and go around the security guard and hit the guy, and it's done. So, yeah, the Accelerator just totally owned this guy, and he even said, like, let me show you what a real villain can do. And I say villain because that's what my translated version had. I don't know if that was actually what is meant to be said, but in any case, it was still a really awesome line to say. And you could tell that Accelerator just had total control over this, especially again after he figured out the guy's power. So overall, honestly, as good as that moment was with Accelerator, I'm just gonna have kind of give it a thumbs down. It's kind of a theme of this last couple episodes, really. Just like, I'm not really feeling this arc. Let's get back to the good stuff. Let's get back to Toma, and let's get back to his interactions with the rest of the cast. So it's kind of disappointing to say, but it is what it is. Not everything can be gold, I guess. So, but yeah, I guess that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.
So yeah, that's possibly the best anime I've ever seen.
The best.
Yeah, the best. You need to check it out.
Okay, you know what? I'll check it out right this second.
Okay,
right now,
let's
right?
go watch it then.
Yeah, you know what? Let's go watch it, guys.
Yeah, let's go. Oh, hey. If you like this video, go down there and hit the like button.
And you know what? While you're there, there's a subscribe button and a notification button, so whenever we post a video, you guys will be notified.
Yeah, and even further below that's our comment section. So go down there, share your thoughts on this video, and let us know what you thought about it, and give us some feedback.
Yeah, but please just keep the spoilers to a minimum, please.
Yeah, and thank you guys for watching.
We'll see you next time.